Of course, law enforcement agencies across the Miami Valley closely monitoring the situation in Minneapolis. And now that the verdict has been announced, they're working to ensure that if any protests or actions are held here, they will be peaceful moving forward. 2 News reporter Adam Reif joins us live and explain how the verdict, Adam, is perhaps changing the planning that had been going on.
That's right, Mark. No protesters here at Courthouse Square in Dayton, even though they were planning for it. The Dayton Police Department and Montgomery County Sheriff's Office both making sure that if they needed to get resources here, they were ready. And they both say that they support people's right to protest.
Oftentimes we protest based on individual cases. So we protest based on Breonna Taylor, based on George Floyd, and it's much harder to protest against systemic violence, for example.
Sociology professor Dr. Leslie Pica says protest is one mechanism for change, but it doesn't always achieve it. She says the pandemic has made racial disparities even more visible.
Oftentimes protests are characterized as this kind of us versus them mentality, when truthfully there's just a lot of nuances in the middle.
She points to protests last summer when some officers knelt alongside the protesters. Now, as the country awaits the Chauvin verdict, the Dayton Police Department tells us, quote, the department regularly monitors current events happening around our state and across the country, as well as any locally planned gatherings, events, or protests, and adjusts staffing as appropriate. And a spokesperson for the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office writes, the office, quote, supports the right to demonstrate peacefully. However, in the case that any protesting shifts to civil unrest following the verdict of the trial, the Sheriff's Office has contingency plans in place to protect life, property, and maintain civil order. Dr. Pica says while the trial is being held elsewhere, protesting in the Miami Valley can still make a difference.
Even though we're talking about a specific case in Minneapolis, it's really highlighting those broader systemic inequalities.
Now, right now in Minneapolis, 100 OSP troopers are there maintaining peace, allowing Minnesota State Police to work their own neighborhoods. They did train on local laws in Minnesota and the city itself to make sure that they're up to speed. Here at home, I spoke with a lawyer today who talked about striking a balance between respecting the trial process, allowing people to maintain order, and also protest. She said it's difficult sometimes. We've seen that in many cities across the country, but striking that balance is very important. Live in Dayton, Adam Reif, 2 News, working for you.